a Benjamin Lee. So it looks like we'll have the 7 athletes, 8 athletes. So no doubling up and having to share a lane. Now we'll be looking at some of the qualification times, given this is the A race. So European Championship standard is 145.2 for the men. So not completely out of reach for some of these athletes. Looking at the Olympic standard, 144.7. So the fastest athlete in the field here is Ethan Hussey, who's got a personal best of 144.9. 145.5, his best so far this year. They'll be, as you can see, they're just walking back the final nerve-wracking stroll back to the start line. Can feel my palms getting a bit clammy themselves, because we all know the feeling of just how nerve-wracking and frankly horrible it is to go back to the start line and just wait for the gun. Now we also have Angus Harrington in lane 2. Sorry, Hannah.
No, I was going to say, certainly easier to watch, easier to commentate on than live those nerves. And I think we look from a British perspective, we've got those British Championships next week, and the 800 metres, it's always so much drama, even to make that final. It can be really, really cutthroat when it comes to the men's 800 metre heat. So often just the winner of the heats goes through. They might have as many as 6 heats, 7 heats. Maybe the winner plus 1 or 2. And you've got the likes of Max Bergen has accepted his invitation for the British Champs next year, despite having not raced since last summer, but with 143.85 at the Olympic Stadium at the London Diamond League, just ahead of Ben Patterson with his 144.02 that day. Dan Rowden is also sitting on that time, 143.95 from last year. So those men inside the qualifying standard within the qualification window, they're the fastest. But then you've got to look at the likes of Elliot Giles. What event is he going to do? Ethan Hussey would love to give himself a faster time, perhaps today. The qualification window for the Olympics, it does close after the British Championships next weekend. So often they can go to the trials and chase the time, but they can't this year. Perhaps I think that's why we're seeing Reece Sharman-Newell here in this race, going again after a personal best on Thursday. I mean, he's surely a little bit tired, but if he feels like he's in good shape, he does fancy a go at it again today.
And just looking at the number 6 there, walking back, that is Ethan Hussey. There we are, the silver medalist at the European Under-23 Championships last year in the 800 metres. And number 5 there, Henry Johnson of Horton Harriers. I remember seeing him take a medal at the English Under-23 Championships, or was it the Under-20 Championships, a couple of years ago in Bedford. Piers Copeland there, David Locke wearing number 3, Angus Harrington of Blackheath and Bromley, although he's in the UCLA strip. Threw javelin against him once, and I've got to be honest, he's pretty good at javelin as well, given that he probably never trains for it. And in lane 1, we've got Tyler Billiard of Great Yarmouth, 1500 metre specialist, moving down to the 800 metres today. Let's see what happens in the 800 metres A race. Billiard just readjusts his starting position. We get away. Joe Rogers is the pacemaker. 51 seconds is the requirement that has been asked for. Ethan Hussey just in second place there. And just at the moment, it's the Basingstoke and Midlands athlete Reece Sharman-Newell who is going to gradually cut in. And we're going to see who's going to get that much coveted inside lane. It's going to be Reece Sharman-Newell, a late entrant, did so well the other day in Big Gosh, where he ran his personal best of 145.16. Let's see how he fares today. And just following those top 2 runners, that looks like it is, I think that might be I think that's the number 9. So that may be Benjamin Lee after all. But the pacer steps to one side, and it is Reece Sharman-Newell who takes the lead here, and he's leading from Hussey. And moving into third place, that looks like it's going to be the Horton Harrier Henry Johnson. So Henry Johnson's into third. The UCLA athletes, Angus Harrington up there as well, but it's still Richard Manuel in the yellow vest, extending his lead all the time from Ethan Hussey. Now let's see how close he can get to the standard. Richard Manuel, 1:45.16, ran his personal best just 2 days ago in Poland. He's out on the start line again here at the Loughborough BMC, leading this highly rated A race. 1:40, it's going to be very close. He's going to win this by a long way, and he's just over 1:45.14, and that is another personal best to his absolute credit. 0.02 of a second inside the personal best he ran only 2 days ago in Poland.